So good morning everybody and welcome along out with a test ride for Eclipse motorcycles, riding this Lexmoto Tempest. This is a standard Tempest, and the way you can tell with the Tempest obviously by the paint colour, but the standard Tempest has got that high stainless exhaust that is up midsection. Tempest GT right down the bottom. I don't know why they put the GT exhaust at the bottom. Do not like the styling of the GT, personal preference, but not my cup of tea. I do like the standard Lexmoto Tempest though. But just checking it out, it's got all those braided brake lines on it all the way through the bike. Stainless side slung exhaust, nice little headlight cover as well. And you've got those, I'd say, semi-enduro tyres to the front and to the back. It's not a full enduro tyre, but it's got a decent bit of tread and grip to it. But what a gorgeous bike these are. Did a test ride on one of these about a couple of months ago, and obviously off the back of that video that we did, female customer come in and she sat on this. She was looking for a low seat bike, something that looked a little bit different, and she had to sit on this and she loves it. So this is for one of our female customers. So what we're going to do, we're going to get out. We're going to go a slightly different route this time, and we're going to try something slightly different as well. As they say, country roads take me home. So we're going to go and do some small country lanes just to show you how good these tyres are. So as always, running in speed 40 mile an hour for the first 500 miles or 3 months. So you haven't got to wait a year. If you only do 500 miles a year, you haven't got to wait a year. 3 months or 500 miles, either or. But what we are going to do is go and do some back roads today, have a little bit of a ride out, and tell you a little bit about this bike. So obviously, single display on this, and big rev counter, miles an hour, gear indicator, fuel light is off to the right on the bottom of that LCD, and then right in the very bottom left hand corner is your odo or your trip mileage. Great little sound to the exhaust though, and it does sound very, very grunty, which is the one thing I do like about the Tempest. Now obviously that road is closed, can't go down that way. Don't want to be doing any dual carriageway today, but what we are going to do is go down the back roads and get a few country lanes in, just to show you what it's like. So seating position, now it's just back from mid-peg. I'd say you're a couple of inches back from mid-peg position, so it does put your feet slightly behind you, but it puts your toes and your heel exactly the right level for gear changing and for braking. Nice comfortable riding position from the arms, so slightly canted down, and it has a 5-speed box on the Tempest. But just changing down the gears, so that is without rev matching down, that is just using the clutch and the gearbox. Very, very smooth and efficient gearbox and clutch on this. Runs absolutely lovely. And the throttle response is good for a 125. So as I say, it does what it says on the tin. I love people when they're trying to merge in traffic. It's a merge in turn, as they say. And people are like, boy, you're not coming in front of me. It just shows the standards of driving. Obviously I tend to keep a decent distance from any car driver, and I treat every car driver as if they're out to kill me. 90% of the time they are. But as I say, mirror observations, shoulder checks, head checks, get all of those in. So we are going to go back road. Head past my mate's house as well. Go past my local pub with a bit of luck. So just opening it up. You can just hear how throaty that stainless can is on this bike. Absolutely lovely. And it's a bit of a damp morning, but the sun is out. It's meant to be good weather this weekend. And obviously this weekend is the Milton Keynes Bike Show at Milton Keynes Stadium, the Don Stadium. So we shall be there with our Lexmoto stand and our used bikes, and that is this coming Sunday from 10 o'clock till about 4 o'clock, I believe. But we're going to be there from like 6 in the morning, setting the stand up. We probably have one of the biggest stands that is going to be at the bike show. We have a 15.5 metre pitch, and we've also got a lot of bike vloggers that are coming up to join us on that day. It sounds so good when you're opening it up. So down the good old-fashioned country lanes. Obviously keeping my eye on the cars behind me. We are going to do a right here. Get rid of that BMW that is behind me. Go down Mill Lane. Go and visit a few friends. Now this is where I normally do all my test rides if I need to check out suspension, because country roads full of bumps, not so many potholes, but it is bumpy and it's a great place to check out the tyres. There's not many vehicles use this back road, so the roads are a little bit dirty, loads of loose grit and dirt and salt and loads and loads of ruts, but perfect suspension on this. I'd say mid to firm. Nice comfortable seat. It rides very, very nice, and it corners exactly how I expect it to ride. So all good there. And you can just see by the way it's bouncing around. We have repaired the road, but they obviously use second-hand tarmac. And then what we'll do, we'll head back down into town. Loads of sludge, dirt and bits of grass all over the road. But these tyres are soaking it up lovely, as you would expect. So, no issues there, having a semi-enduro tyre. Please drive carefully, we always do. This is the bit you have to watch, because obviously bumps, potholes and the stream. And then go past my friend's house, which is just here. There we go, nice big posh house that he has. And the local camping ground and the allotments. Right, let's head into town now, do a little bit of urban. We have wrapped up just short of 5 miles at the moment, so halfway through my test mileage. Getting the power on, up into 5th, perfect. It doesn't take long to get you up to 40 mile an hour on one of these. So, gear placement's pretty good, the gear changes all the way through, and the box on this is quite well spaced out, so you can get the revs on and get yourself up to speed pretty darn quick for a 125. Compared to a lot of like the 125s where it's all 1, 2, 3, 4, absolutely nothing, and all of a sudden you enter 5th and then the power builds. So, gearbox is nicely spaced between the changes, which is one thing that I will say. Obviously rev matching down, perfect. Back onto decent dry roads. shoulder check there, and we're into town. So all good from the little Tempest. A few more potholes and it doesn't even falter. So what we're going to do now, we're going to head back to the garage. First part of the test ride done. Notified a customer, bike ride's absolutely fine, no issues found whatsoever. And the one thing I did find the other day, when we were doing the PDI on this, just down to the left in front of, behind the front headlight, is a USB socket. I'm like, oh, that is quirky. It's got the same setup, or the same plug that you would find on the Lexmoto Aura. And if I do manage to pull up at the lights, I will point it out. But ideal. Phone holder on your bike, on the handlebars, stick a phone holder just down there. It's very hard to see it, but it is literally down there, left hand side of the, behind the headlight, little square plug with a rubber waterproof cover. Plug your USB in there, drape your lead, put your phone mount on your handlebars, job done. Finally, a USB that is in a decent place. You're not running miles and miles of cable and interfering with your handlebar placement or having to trail leads past any levers. Great idea. Left hand side, stick your phone mount on, or stick your RAM mount or your quad lock. Some people go for a quad lock. Put that on the handlebars, job done. Charge your phone while you're riding. So, well done Lexmoto. USB finally in the correct place, just behind the headlight, and it's tucked out the way, so if you don't need it, you don't need it. Right, back to the garage we go for a cup of coffee. 6 miles on the bike, exactly half the ride test mileage, which is exactly what I wanted to get on the bike. Next ones to do are the Iska and 3 Titans today. So we're going to bang out a load of test miles today, loads of videos, get this all up and uploaded before the live stream tonight, and then obviously get geared up for the bike show on Sunday. And we should have a few faces joining us. So Andy GSA Tractor, Simon GTR 1400 is going to be there, and obviously Redlocks, Daytona 675 girl, or 675 Daytona girl, can never remember the name. Shelley and Steph will be down probably. Probably Martin, otherwise known as Lucky, one of the big bike riders. Loads of others, Sprotty and all the boys, they're all coming down to join us at the show. And hopefully, if I get the invite out early enough, I'll see if I can get Prem to come down. Good old Premises 187, because he does like a bike show. And invite Andy Missenden Flyer Teapot one, see if we can get Richie Vida down, and with a bit of luck, Lamb Chopsy. Let's see what the boys are up to this weekend, if they're all up for it. But no doubt everybody's going to be there, and I shall be there on the Eclipse stand with the Rev Bomb bike. So that will be behind the stand. But if you are coming down, we'll see you at the bike show, Milton Keynes Stadium on Sunday. We're back to the garage now. Thank you very much for watching. As always, subscribe, like, share, hit the notifications bell, all the usual ding dings, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Follow the links, all descriptions down below. And until the next time we're out riding from RB on the Tempest, have yourself a good one, guys. Be well, ride safe, and it's a big goodbye from me.